but they don't know how. Well, the first thing you have to stop doing, ladies, is stop celebrating Valentine's Day. Stop saying you don't need no man. You need to hit the brakes right now and start acting like you need a man. You need to stop acting like you need a man. And one of the first things you're gonna have to start doing, ladies, is I'm sorry, if you're over 27 years old, in China you'd be called Sheng Yi, leftover cake. Sheng Yi, whatever. Somebody, I'm working on my Spanish. We're gonna get to Chinese. We're gonna get to Mandarin later. Leftover cake. At 27, ladies, you have to start doing things different. That means like to put the same kind of effort, attention, and focus into getting a man and keeping a man as you did in getting that damn degree in your career. Because you only have arguably 8 years. 27 to 35. After 35, unless you are an 8, 9, unless you are an 8 or 9, you are out of the game. Unless you are an 8 or 9, you are out of the game. And even if you are an 8 or a 9, you must have a good reputation, a clean Carfax. So if you're 27 and you are average, cute, adjustable 6, you better start moving like with some intention. And what does this mean? What have I told you, ladies? Instead of going out on Valentine's Day with your girls, you need to go out on Valentine's Day with this intention in mind. You need to learn how to holla, 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 holla. Yes, ladies, make no mistake. It is time for you modern women who wanted it all. You want to be equal to men. It is now the Sadie Hawkins dance. You better learn how to holler. Yeah, you better learn how to holler. You better learn how to holler because a closed mouth don't get fed.
Facts.
Men have been told, don't approach, don't do this, don't do that. I hear so many women, average women with baby hair slicked down with this Murray's looking grease talking about, I ain't gonna bring, what am I bring to the table? Talking real greasy, talking all kind of cap. And I'm like, who the French toast do you women think you are? That only works on lower level dudes. The kind of men that you want are going to require choosing signals. Yes, choosing signals. Choosing signals. Clear signs that you want him to holler at you, and you're gonna have to do what? You're gonna have to do the same thing. They don't like this, gentlemen.
You idiot woman!
They don't like this. They don't like it when I tell them ladies are gonna have to do something. Why don't they like it? Because it puts women at an equal playing field. It puts women on par. Don't, ladies, I'm sorry. See, what happens is when you make clear signals, in that black dress, those pearls, smelling like Tom Ford Noir perfume or something real sexy, and you make that eye contact and flip your hair back and expose your neck like I told Amira, you basically this is what you're basically saying to a man. And you know what he gonna do back? And you know what he gonna do? Holla, holla. That's what he gonna do back. He gonna holler back. He gonna holler back and see what's the alternative. You ain't got but if you're 27, you ain't got but 7 more Valentine's Day.
Damn.
You ain't got but 7 more Valentine's. The older you get, or the fewer Valentine's Day you got. I'm sorry. And here's the thing. I know many women, especially if you're adjustable 6s, 8s, or 9s, oh, they think they got more time. No, you don't have more time either. You gotta start moving with intention. You gotta start moving with intention too. Where is it? You gotta start moving with intention too.
This much. All the girls stop your feet like this.
You better learn how to be a holler back girl. You better learn how to holler back. You better learn how to holler. You better learn how to holler back. You are a fish that's going to make it easy to get caught. You better do like a blonde chick running from Jason or Freddy Krueger. You're running and all of a sudden you just trip on a twig. Oh my God. You better start running like Donita. You better start running like Jaquan. You know, they getting low and they moving. Now you better learn, pull up lane. Because ladies, you've won, but you've lost. Next thing, ladies, we're gonna get into this subject next week. The main reason why you're in the position you are is because how many times when I'm talking to a woman and I'm talking about her relationship past or whatever she wants, and she's talking about some of the errors she's made in life, and what do women often say? Well, I was young and dumb, da 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 da. And what do they often say? What do they say, ladies and gentlemen? Ain't nobody what? Ain't nobody what? Ain't nobody perfect. Shout out to Luke Casely. Interesting how single women always want to make the holidays themselves a special name. There you go. See, how many times do you hear women, do you hear women talk about Luke Casely is a stream sponsor so far. Oh, we gotta start. Can't wait to get those new graphics up. The stream sponsor is gonna be down right here in a big GIF. But here's the thing. How many times do you hear women say, ain't nobody perfect, nobody's perfect, ain't nobody perfect? But see, ladies, ain't nobody's perfect. Why do you expect men to be that way? Why do women often expect men to be perfect and y'all can be flawed? I find it hilarious how many women are just like, ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. Well, if it's nobody perfect, then why are you all looking for the same 5% of men? You know, shout out to the men who are in the top 10%. If ain't nobody perfect, then why are you ladies all looking for the same 5% of men? Why are so many women who are in the middle? I'll go back to the video, the 36-year-old stripper who wanted to be a luxury housewife. Then they had the other woman who, 36, from the nurse, and her father was a truck driver or whatever, middle class. But I don't deny myself. I don't like to say no to myself. I don't like to deny myself anything. It's like, where are we getting so many? Where are average people, average women getting these luxury tastes? Champagne taste on a beer budget. And the thing is, men are champagne, but the funny thing is you expect men to be champagne and you're all right with being beer. And you act like champagne, they have to be Dom Perignon to be for you. That means a man has to be damn near perfect. And you're not. You're not even average at best. A lot of women aren't even average at best, and they expect men to be damn near perfect. Am I missing something? I mean, did I make something up?
Look at you. You're average at best.
I mean, am I overstating the case? It is my contention that you're going to see a shit ton of women out on Galentine's Day and alone for Valentine's Day, not because they're not men out here in the marketplace looking for relationships and situationships. It is my contention that so many women are going to be alone because you think you should get more than you are. To that end, I want to talk to women on two fronts tonight. Shoot your shot, ladies. Let's practice shooting your shot. I did this before, I'm gonna do it again. If you wanna be a woman who's gonna be proactive and get out here this Valentine's Day weekend, because there are gonna be single people out moving. I've talked about this before. I'll tell you the story again. Back in the day, a long time ago, long time ago, Valentine's Day rolled around. And I said, you know what? I don't have a Valentine this year. So I called up a few of my frat brothers and I said, hey man, this is before mobile phones. This is back when we still had pagers. This is a long time ago. Hey man, why don't y'all slide out here we're gonna order some appetizers, order some food, some sandwiches or whatever. We're gonna get in and play some John Madden football, watch some movies, drink a little bit, bust some spades, just chill. We're gonna have an anti-Valentine's Day party, man. Fuck it. I don't have one, you don't have one. And then I'm not gonna say anybody's name. They're like, cool. You mind if I call so and so and so and so? Yeah, it don't have to just be a frat thing. Cool. All right, bet. What about can we bring this girl and that girl? Because there were some women that we kind of hung around. Don't tell that story yet. But anyway, it was like, okay, cool. I was expecting 4, maybe 6 people to show up. I get a call about 3 hours later. And they're like, hey man, because you can't call from the phone. I mean, from the car. They had once they was on the road, they were there. And it was every bit of a 45-minute drive. So I get a call. Hey man, it's me. Buzz us in. Because I didn't give people my gate code. So I buzzed them in and went, doo, 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 and it opened the gate. And I'm like, okay, cool, bet. And I walk out, and what happened? It took a while. I'm like, where are these folks at? I buzzed in. It shouldn't. It should only take you normally a few minutes to get up. It took about half as much time too long. I'm like, where are these people at? So I went outside and I looked around like, he's like, hey man, where can we park? I'm like, what do you mean where can we park? Hey, pick a parking space. Now where can we park? I looked that way and it was 8 car loads of people. I had an apartment. I was expecting 4, maybe 6 people in a 1-bedroom apartment. There was every bit of 50 plus folks. Now, luckily, it was Houston. Because if it was someplace else, it would have been a problem. Why is it luckily? Because it was Houston? Because it doesn't get that cold in Houston. So everybody crammed into the apartment. We had people out on the patio. We had people downstairs. The pool was closed, but they still had a little pool area. I'm like, it turned into a show enough block party. People was running back and forth to, what was this, 7-Eleven or was it Circle K? The convenience store. We ran out of food, they had to go get ice, and it was so much damn fun. I hadn't had that much fun at a party, because usually parties are kind of stuffy affairs, but everybody there didn't have a Valentine, and everybody was on some fuck Valentine's Day kind of thing. You know what happened? This is back in, Cisco was still on the market. That's how long ago this was. The drink Cisco. Woo. We played dominoes, we played spades, had a good time. Of course, people started sliding it and dipping out. People was hooking up. That was a good time, an anti-Valentine's Day party. Because that was people being proactive about a situation that they didn't like. But the goal was people started, some relationships actually came out of it. One marriage came out of it, as a matter of fact. But Galentine's Day is not that. Galentine's Day is an acceptance of buy a dog and die alone. How is Galentine's Day going to help you, ladies? I don't know. Valentine's Day is for chicks who have he says Galentine's Day. He says Galentine's Day is for chicks who fail at being cooperative. I mean, I thought you said Galentine's Day. Real chill. I'm telling you, man. That was some crazy stuff. And of course, it was my house. So my bathroom was jacked up. Why? It was jacked up because, I mean, if you have 50 people in your bathroom, man, it's just gonna be a bad day. But I learned a valuable lesson. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's open the call line and we can see what's gonna happen. Ladies, are you gonna holla, 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 holla? What you gonna do? Shoot your shot, or what's the plan? Because if you don't shoot your shot or learn how, what's the alternative, ladies? What's the alternative? Because I'm always curious to hear. Securing a man of value feel like they don't have to think that they should have to do nothing other than quote unquote put themselves out there and quote unquote make themselves more available. That's what a lot of women really feel like they should have to do. That's all they feel like they should have to do. Put themselves out there and make themselves more available. So a man still has to do everything like he always has. And what's he gonna get? Leftover McRib. Coming right back.
Kevin Samuels always plays this music when you don't hit the like button. He wants 50% of the audience that's listening or watching to be participating. And that means he needs 50% of whoever's watching to hit the like button. So if you don't do that, he plays this loud, obnoxious music. And there was a time he played it every day. And there were other times where, as of late, sometimes he'll go a whole show, don't never have to play it. Everybody knows. So today he didn't even warn anyone. He just went straight into that. Let me see if he's back. Nope. Yeah, he's really strict. Kevin Samuels he's one of the best to ever do it on this YouTube world. If you let me tell it. That's the story I'm telling. My kids are always like, Daddy, he says what you're saying. Oh, you say what he said. This is where you take
your shot, ladies.
I'm like, I've been saying it for 20 years.
What are we gonna do? What are you planning on doing? Because we're talking about self-awareness is sexy. How do you plan on separating yourself from the pack? Because it's my belief that if you women don't decide to change your ways, men aren't going to sit around and wait for you. Men aren't going to sit around and wait for you because what I'm finding is so many men are tired of hearing the same old song and dance. I didn't know no better. I didn't get taught. I didn't learn. Modern women act like you want men to work with you. You act like you want men to be understanding that you weren't taught this stuff. And it is my position that they should not. Modern men have had to overcome in a sexual marketplace that's unfair to average men. So to the victor go the spoils. No one work with these guys. Gentlemen, don't lower your price. Do not lower your price. And here's a question, ladies. What are you willing to give up on? What are you willing to give up on in order to get what you want? Are you willing to get, okay, how many women are willing to give up on strict monogamy? How many of you ladies are willing to give up strict monogamy in order to have a lifetime relationship? We got to have a conversation. Are you willing to give up strict monogamy? Are you willing to move? Because I said, are you willing to? But see, the moving thing is what happens when you find a man of value. What are you willing to give up? Oh, it's also part of my Patreon. Let's talk about Patreon. What's going on in Patreon is becoming what I call the family. Patreon is the family, and Patreon is not a place to go to get a shit ton of additional content. It's like what I'm doing with Patreon is what I'm doing with what I did on Facebook with my group, The Mix. It's the behind the scenes it's the behind the scenes group of like-minded men and women to where it's a collaborative effort. You want to join Patreon, especially if you want to have an interactive 2021. My patrons, we're going to be having meetings around the country. We're going to be doing weekends. The first one we're going to do, we're going to do one, I'm going to announce this, we're going to do one in Boston. And it's my hope is to do one every 4 to 6 weeks. Every 4 to 6 weeks.
Stop it.
And in the cities we go to, there's going to be an elected patron ambassador.
Stop it.
And we're going to do it's not going to be, we're just going to go sit down at dinner. No. It's going to be a fully
That's one thing I notice about YouTube, right? It's about the dream. It's about constantly selling the dream. These content creators with this million some odd platforms, they know how to push the dream. They constantly are keeping your mind thinking. It's as if they always got you thinking outside of yourself, and you're thinking about not your shit and your life and whatever BS you're going through. You're thinking about how could I maybe. It's like you're entering into this dream. He's like, I want you to join the Patreon, not because you're going to get more content, but basically you're going to be able to, and I'm not saying network, I'm not promoting that, but you're going to be part of a different kind of group of people once you become a Patreon. And I'm going to set up something where we're going to have a meet and greet. So now everybody's ears and their minds are tingling off of this. And I'm not mad at them. I'm just pointing out that the top YouTubers all do the same thing. They just basically are letting you know I am including you. You riding with me. We going together. Oh, interesting.
interactive weekend. Talking about historical, we're going to art museums, the historical trips. There will be a dinner, murder mystery dinners, survival rooms.
Stop it.
I've said it, I want to, I don't ski, but I do want to go skiing. Oh yeah.
The season
And balance. And to the separation, this is where you go to build a network. Don't come to Patreon. If you don't come to Patreon with that bullshit. Leave the bullshit and the gender war out there. And on Patreon, we have, I'm telling you, some beautiful women over there and some men that got their shit together. And I've seen what's going on in the mix. There are 15,000 people waiting to get into the mix. And here's what is not going to happen. You can't just decide, oh, I heard we have an event coming up in Boston, and then you just decide to join Patreon. No. In order to go to the event, we're gonna have to need to know a little bit about you. This is not gonna just be some place where everybody can go. Number one, number two, people have asked me about these events. There are going to be many things happening this year. But if you want to be at the foundation, at the base of it all, you need to become a patron to support this movement. And if you can't, and here's the reality: if you can't afford to be a patron, you ain't gonna be able to afford to do the stuff we're talking about anyway. More on that later. Patreon's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. All right.
Oh boy.
So, yeah. So like, let's say we go to Boston. I picked Boston because you have the academic circle up there. You have American history up there. There's a lot of stuff that people who are like from the Midwest and the West Coast, these are new states. Over there, it's been around since the 13 colonies. Get to see a lot of stuff. If you got your passport, be on deck as well. Ladies, the call line is open. You can call in with your questions, because we have to get to a point to now where we're asking you women to make a choice. Let me talk about separation. As men, we talk about separation, and that's going to have to be a separation between where you are and where you want to get to. And understand, everybody ain't gonna be able to make it with you. Look, you cannot go where you need to go if you have to talk to the passenger about how you're driving there. One of the worst things to do is have a destination you're trying to get to, and you gotta keep everybody, I'm going this way, I'm going that way, I'm this, I'm that. You gotta keep explaining stuff. If they don't know where you're going, they don't need to be going with you. Because there are many people who will want to go with you to the destination, but they'll want you to do all the driving. No. You got to drive yourself, and you need to find other people going your way. Now, this is a real hard thing for life.
That's a good point that he's making. He's like, yo, it's like, there used to be this commercial, I'm sure it's still out there, where the guy used to be like, we can't call you, but you can call us. You know, it's like, you're going to have, like my mom, when she became a Jehovah's Witness, they had told her that she was going to lose all her friends and her family. She was going to lose all her friends and her family. That she was going to have to let that go for the church. And she did it. She let everybody go. She was like, bye, this is my new life. This is what we're doing right now. And she wasn't playing. To the day she died, she stood with that religion. And he's basically saying you're gonna have to leave these, you're gonna have to get in your car and we have a meet and greet. And you're gonna have to get in your car, you're gonna have to come to the meet and greet by yourself. It's not gonna be girlfriend's night out. There's not gonna be a weekend thing where, you know, it's gonna be like you're gonna get all your crew together. No. You need to get people that are thinking like you, marriage-minded women that that are working out, not fat, that are looking to meet men and realistically date the other men, not the 10%ers, the rest of the men that are out there. See, a lot of women are going to be thinking this is great, I can meet a high-value man. No. This is for you regular, everyday women to recognize who you are, how average you are, and that your job and your money and your degrees does not make you more desirable to a man. You are a 4. And there's a bunch of men that will accept you.
A lot of people to learn, because especially in our community, we got this whole hive mentality where you gotta have to learn how to detach with love. I love every level of life I've been at, and I don't feel like I'm too good for anything. But in order to live life on your purpose, you're going to have to evolve. You're going to have to evolve. This year is about evolution, self-awareness is sexy, separation and balance. We can just call it evolution. You're going to have to evolve as men and evolve as women. And to that end, it's going to be uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
I've had to cut people in my life I tell people, I look at my interactions, relationships often with folks. But I'm in a point right now to where you have to strike while the iron is hot. You have to do what you need to do. And you need to also be in a position to where you can travel efficiently. Travel light, travel efficient. What you doing? You don't have to be on screen, Ashley, but I need to see your face. Same thing for iPhone. It says ladies only. It's not men's week. Thank you. See, one of the things, especially for black folks, stop having success guilt. People, no other group of people, no other race of folks try to make people who have become successful feel guilty. People will always try to tell you who you are, where you been, you ain't this, you ain't that. And you can spend your time trying to change those people's minds, trying to get them on your side, but you got to ask yourself, why are you going to explain to someone in 3rd grade what it's like to be in college? Or with somebody's in 6th grade or 9th grade what it's like in college? That doesn't mean you're better than them. That just means you have a different understanding. If you have a different understanding and a different path, you have to move. Because there's nothing you can do to explain to somebody who's stuck in 9th grade when you're 2nd year of college that's going to get them to change their mind. All it's going to do is going to take your valuable time and energy. And to this end, this is where women need to understand how men think and operate. Ladies, if all you bring is
vaginas are great.
let's be honest. Most women think all they have to do is bring their body to the table. I'm gonna tell you, I've listened to a lot of things. It's funny, I listen to a lot of things. I don't really do the things people think I do. I listen to a lot of things, and what I hear consistently is women think that just me, I'm good enough. As a man, you got to get out here and become a top 10% man, and you have to do all these other things. Ladies, if we took away your sexuality, if we took away sex, why would a man pick you? What use do you have to a man besides sex? And see, a lot of women get upset when you have to ask these questions, but then you ask a woman, what do you bring to the table? And watch a woman start categorizing herself as a series of wholes. Shout out Patrice O'Neal. This is, like I said, this stuff is not new, but the problem is the way people are looking at stuff is new. I talked about 1099 girlfriends, contract girlfriends. Hey man, some of y'all better start thinking about this, living apart together, 1099 contract girlfriend, sharing your man, because what are your deal breakers? And here's the funny thing, so many women believe that they are going to be the exception. Oh, how many times have I talked to women? Oh, I get the concept, but for me, I could never do that. Okay. What are your deal breakers? Friday the 13th, February 13th sounds like women who low-key really like women. No. See, we got to get past that. Especially women. I want to wade deep into that one. Most women are creatures of comfort. Women like security. Comfort is security.
Oh,
Comfort talking about. This is why women often say what they want in a man, and they begin to describe a woman. Women will begin to describe the things they want in a man, and they will describe another female. They want a man that has female software, how he relates to her, but provides like a man. Ooh, they want to talk about a controversial topic? Especially women who fit to that adjustable 6. If you're pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous, if you're pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous, if you're pretty, how can you have long-term gay best friends and you can't keep a man? This is something that heterosexual black men have been seeing. Black women, you like gay black men. You speak the black men, the black women tend to speak positively about is gay black men. Y'all love gay black men. And to that end, should it be hard to fathom while heterosexual black men can look at gay black men with a degree of jealousy and say, you know what? Why don't y'all treat these black men over here who want relationships with you with the same kind of affection, adoration, and respect that you have for these guys? So, now,
They will never admit to it. He's saying that they will never admit that the man that they want is the feminine man. They will never admit that the man that they're describing, or at least this woman, or these women that Kevin is talking about, that when they describe the man they want, they're basically describing a woman. And it seems like he's saying that as long as a woman feels comfortable, she'll be in that relationship. So it's not like there's a ton of this lesbian epidemic going on. It's more like women want to feel secure, and they'll go into a lesbian relationship because of finding all the characteristic traits that they think they want in a man. They can then find it in another woman, and that helps them be secure enough to stay in that relationship. I think that's what he's saying.
Understand the context I'm talking about, because I don't want to, and the moderator look at the tab, because I don't want to bullshit the chat room. The moderator, do you see that? Move the time out.
So $20 a month.
Over here. But here's a question we got to start asking. It seems to me unusual, but it seems to me that the only men that pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous black women listen to are gay men. I don't say the only men, but it seems to be, I see it often. Am I missing something? Hey, Gabrielle, how are you doing? Good. How old are you? All right. Well, what are we talking about? What do you got for me? Well, I asked. Did you have a question? Are you single or are you married?
I'm married.
Any children?
I've got 3.
Okay. So the question I have on the floor, I'm asking you, have you seen this phenomenon where you see college educated, professional women who are cute, pretty, beautiful, and or gorgeous, and they always seem to have like a gay best friend, like a gay friend, like God. I've seen this phenomenon.
When I was coming up, all my mother's friends were gay. maybe they were just my uncles, my gay uncle who always was at the house. Maybe they were his friends. I don't know. But she was real close to my uncle. Before her going into the church, right to where I became 10 years old.
Do you
Everybody nowadays has a best friend, and it's, I don't know, probably that some of them are guys or things. So I guess you could say yes.
Well, what's it? Well, I mean, and I understand how this is formal to Atlanta. Atlanta's not just a thing, but it. Go ahead. And what state do you live in?
Texas,
What part of Texas?
Dallas area.
Oh, okay. And you've been married how long?
5 years.
5 years and 3 kids. At 27?
Yep.
27?
Yep.
So you've been for a while, though.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, I'm trying to understand where women who are in the dating marketplace are going. Married women with kids, y'all got a different dynamic. So that's why I answer the conversation. Because disrespect, I was a completely different. So that's you don't see a lot of things that you see.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, I mean, yeah, I'm a little far removed. I've been married for a while.
Okay. All right. Let's too far back to it. And the reason I'm asking this question is if you can get along with gay black men, if gay black men can do your hair or whatever they do, because you hear a lot of this in hairstyling and stylists, and I've seen it in my industry. It's like, well, then why can't you get along with guys over here? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, sometimes married folks just want to be a part of the conversation. And somebody asked about that too. Do you have to be single to be in Patreon? No.
Of course
not. The events aren't, because somebody in Patreon asked me, could they bring their spouse? If your spouse wants to join Patreon, but Patreon is going to be a community, an online community. You see, we're going to start having conversations about these things. And I would say to black men, this is also a challenge you're going to have. This is why we need our own media to put out our own narrative and our own standpoint. Narrative, because the way it's represented, you can't say shit if you ain't doing something about it. No, you can't come in. No. So you love that. Why they need a favor? This is community. The members on you are a community, and you guys have impact. Because like I post up on the community tab page for members only. But most of our members here and Patreon. Because membership over here gives you the ability to interact during the videos. But Patreon is the stuff that's going to be coming forward, the behind the scenes stuff, and as community grows more. See, what Patreon initially kind of got marketed to a lot of people on Black YouTube is a place where you go get extra content, and that's not what Patreon is for. It really isn't. Patreon is supposed to be like Leonardo. People didn't pay him for a painting. They said, all right, we're going to pay for Florence. So, a lot of times, you join Patreon and you want to get.
Yo, that's so true. Because I have a couple of people that I've been, I guess, a Patreon for quite some time, and I've never looked at the channel, not even one time. But every month I always get that thing that says $5 to this person, $5 to this person, $5 to this person is coming out every month. But I've never checked the Patreon channel out. Because it is true what he's saying. Patreon was a way for you to help your small YouTube channels. That's what it was all about. Your small YouTube channel, you're not going to generate the revenue that other channels that are very more pop orientated. Here's a way to get you some paper. And it's been like years I've been doing this with these three that I have. Never looked at the channel once. That's a good point that he makes. I love that.
Exclusive behind the scenes content creator. You have so many content you make. I think I'm going to use mine is going to be much more about community. And membership has its privileges and get in on the ground level. Because when it becomes a thing that everybody's talking about, everybody's wanting to get into, there's going to be a surge towards the end or towards the middle. When we come back from our first event and people start taking pictures, posting on Instagram, then people can be like, oh, I want to go to the next one. All right, well, you got people already here. Because obviously it's going to be limited space on the events. That's the selection criteria. Okay, to make sense. All the guys you're talking about are the ones telling them yes, no, the manifest. Okay. All right. So let me. So it's been said that they tell women what they want to hear. Tell them yes, you can do it. I think because that manifest madness stuff. Hello, how are you? How are you? I can't hear you. Your microphone is on, but I can't hear you. Check your microphone. So, look. You make a good point, Lou. To women, how does somebody, I'm still waiting for you to tune in, ma'am. Your audio's not connected. Hello? Let me talk. Somebody telling you what you want to hear does not help you. Somebody telling you what you want to hear all the time, how is that any different than you go to the doctor and you got diabetes and he tells you, oh yeah, keep eating sugar and stop exercising and eating fat. Go girl, you can manifest a better health. Camera. How is that helping you? But let me say it another way. If black men, how about this? Let's play devil's advocate. If black men what black men have to do to get the same kind of loving treatment that you give to your black male gay friends? I guess that's the best way to put it. What will black men need to do to get the same kind of loving treatment you give your gay male friends? Because understand something, public displays of affection, I know women who who would die will openly tell you they'll catch a fade for one of their gay friends. But you talk about write a love letter to their man, oh no. They hug on them, they kiss on them. It's like, okay, well, why don't you do that with your boyfriend? And guys, this is not something new. Kenneth Hawkins says, for real though. You see, it's the same mentality with male. It's the same mentality with male best friend, friends on men. It's a male emotional tether that you don't have to commit to. Okay, that's tethers. Let me put that up there. I think that's a good point. Joshua says this. It's a mentality. Okay. With male best friends. The male you don't have to commit to. Yeah, I can see that. But I think it goes a little bit deeper than that though, because I'm not gonna lie. In New York, there were women who were asking their gay friends to actually donate genetic material to artificial insemination. So we get it that the men are there to be a tether, but I think it's a little bit more than that. Because these women still have men in the friend zone. These women still tend to be having relationship with men. But they love on this man their affection. This man doesn't get that affection. I know I'm phrasing this or wording this correctly. Jared said we just talked. Heterosexual men have been demonized. Well, we know that heterosexual men have been demonized, but the question is not about heterosexual men. The question is, what would need to happen for them to treat black men the same with the same level of love and reverence? That's the fundamental question. Not why, not how. What would need to happen to get mirrored positive treatment for the kind of men you say you want to be in a relationship with for a lifetime? That's the only question I'm looking to answer. So we start going all the way around. How it happened and who shot John. All right. Productions and now we're seeing people follow instructions. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple, follow instructions. But unfortunately, because you have to be cautious of what you put online, folks. See, folks who watch the show, you don't realize when you run a live stream, you have to be doubly cautious of what happens because people are crazy these days. So it's not a production assistant, it's people need to follow instructions. Because if you just let people in, next thing you know, you lose your entire channel. So, yeah. So I'm about you, Cassidy, because you won't connect it.
Let's do $50
Into studio.
cash. Please. Thank you.
There we go. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna add this. Do StreamYard.
Window washer to it. Can I buy it with you?
Molly,
Could you put it inside the car?
Sorry?
Could you fill it up for me, or
Yeah, sure.
you fill it up? But I have to go pick it up, pay for it, and give it to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. No, I'm not getting out the car
Okay, so
tomorrow.
tomorrow, but tomorrow I'm going another station.
You're gonna be in a different station. Oh, okay.
I'm on Friday here,
Okay.
and
Tomorrow. Oh,
yes, sir.
okay. That's good. That's good.
Well, okay. You've never partook in Valentine's Day?
You can give me one year,
No, it's all right. I have some in my house.
no problem.
Over there now, but I can use it. I have 2 of them in my house, so I'm good. Here you go. And that's your tip. All right. Let me have a receipt when you get a chance, please.
Okay, so what I'm trying to understand is, okay, you've never participated in Valentine's Day, so you want to answer the topic? Because you're engaged.
I guess that I'm curious why this particularly is a point that
Come on now.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out the words my thoughts on.
Likewise.
I had a thought. I'm sorry.
All right. All righty.
I had a thought. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Jesus.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Were you just on camera? Yeah, that's okay. You can. Okay. How are you? I'm good. How old are you?
27 going on 28.
27 going on 28. All right. So we're talking about Valentine's Day and things like that. What's going on? Or are you here to do the holla, 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 holla? Which one is that?
I did have a question for you, but I'm currently in a relationship, and I still try to make time to, spend time with my friends. Like this evening, I went to dinner with a friend of mine. I don't think there's anything, wrong with that. I don't think that should be your main focus. I don't think I do things in the same way that other women do, like go all out. Maybe it's just like hanging out with friends for the weekend. But that's really like my limit.
So hang out with friends for the weekend?
Like on Valentine's Day weekend, right? Maybe have dinner with some friends, that sort of thing. But nothing that's like specific is like, this is my, friend Valentine or something like that.
Is your boyfriend in the same city?
Yes, he is.
How long you been together?
3 years.
What's the outcome you want?
That's actually what I wanted to get your opinion on. So I would like to get married. I think you would refer to him as a Henry, so he's a high earner, not yet rich or whatever the phrase is there. And
How old is
would
he?
definitely love. He is 28.
Okay. Does he want to marry you?
I mean, he's expressed interest, but I'm not, 100% sure on his thinking and exactly what his timeline is.
3 years.
What? He's expressed interest. How does that mean?
I mean, we've discussed marriage. We've discussed rings and looked at different styles of rings.
What state do you live in?
I live in Atlanta, Georgia.
If a man wanted to propose marriage to you, what would he have to do?
Buy a ring and propose.
Yeah.
Do a fire hoop first.
He is not, to my
No,
knowledge.
does he make enough money to buy you an You just said
I mean, he can afford a ring, yes.
man, questions are uncomfortable because you don't want to say the answer. That it's pretty obvious.
Okay. So what is your advice in this situation?
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me, I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
What's gonna get any better? You're gonna sex him better in year 4 than you did in year 2?
I guess not. I guess there's not.
What are you gonna do? What's gonna happen significantly in year 3 or 4 or 5 that didn't happen in year 2 or 3 is gonna push him over the finish line?
I think maybe advancements in his own career could potentially.
Advancement in his own career. What does one have to do with the other?
I think he's very focused on his career right now, and that's, more important than a relationship.
No. He just doesn't want to marry.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay.
He just doesn't want to marry you because I guarantee you, are people? What is it? What is his career vertical? His industry?
He works in client relations and tech companies.
Tech company, client relations. Are any of his colleagues married?
Yes, I believe so.
So apparently he's not, cleaning out Sarlacc bellies or something. He's doing something that human beings can do. Sometimes marry other human beings and go off and make, what they call families. The question is, why do you ladies sit down and look at a situation that's staring you obviously in the face and lie to yourself? 3 years?
Yes, 3 years.
What does your father say about it?
I haven't really particularly asked his input. He liked him, but he hasn't really, said anything specific as to.
You guys together?
We don't.
Your mother and father married?
My parents are not married.
So your father is all right with you taking 3 years and don't know?
I don't know if he's married. I've never
But if you had a daughter, would you be all right if she was involved with somebody with 3 of her prime years and she gave me the answers you gave me?
I guess not. I think, but I also think.
I'm just, ma'am, don't make it personal. If you had a daughter and she had 3 of her most prime years and you asked about a subject like marriage, you said you married, and I said, all right, you want to get married, you said, I don't know. That's
Get married. I do know that for
married you.
No.
I don't know is a 3-month conversation, not 3 years.
Okay, fair.
There's nothing stopping him from, if he proposed to you, would you accept?
Yes.
Then there's nothing French toast stopping him.
So what age are men typically ready for marriage?
We're not talking about men, we're talking about your man. My question is, why are you in this dead-end relationship if you want to get married?
He's expressed that he does want to get married.
To whom?
To me?
And what has he said the holdup is?
I mean, we've gone ring shopping, if that adds any context.
It doesn't.
Okay.
But let's talk about it. When'd you go ring? How long ago did you go ring shopping?
Recently, like a couple of months ago.
Couple of months ago. Well, couple of months. Couple with women can be 2 or it can be 10.
It was maybe around November, December, so very recent. And he also is working on his CPA right now, and he's expressed that he wants to.
Well, I don't give a shit about any. I don't care about any of that. I asked his colleagues. See.
So you think he's BSing me with what he's saying?
I'm just wondering why. Okay, why are his colleagues not married and they're not, and their wives? I'm saying he's BSing you. I'm saying you bullshitting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Why would
so
you?
Some of his colleagues are a bit older than him.
Why would you give a man 3 years of your life and not know where it's going?
Well, because he's expressed interest in wanting to get married, and I think in terms of his colleagues,
I express interest. Would you come and work for me? Would you come work for me if I express interest in wanting to pay you and never fucking pay you?
Okay.
No, not okay. One of the options wasn't okay. Would you come to work for me if I express interest in wanting to work for me? And you came to work, and I expressed interest in wanting to pay you, but I never paid you. Would you continue to show up and work?
No.
What are you talking about? People, sunken cost fallacy. Women like this have sunk so much cost into a dead-end situation that they're grasping at straws to try to make a round peg fit into a square hole. His career, his education is this and that. She came in saying he's a Henry. That means he's earning more than an average person. He can carry his ass down to any place to buy you a ring that you would accept and you would accept. That's all we need to know.
So how long after ring shopping should I give an opportunity to propose?
Stand it. Just ride it out. Wait till he finishes his MBA and gets where in his career. Well, yeah, you already on board, so stay. So now my question is, what have you required? No, you muted yourself. What have you required?
I guess I haven't required enough. I think I've also been working on my career. I don't think, if he would have proposed a year ago that I would have been necessarily ready. And I think personally,
what do you do for a living?
I work in tech as well.
You work in tech?
Yeah, I do similar work. I do client implementations in tech.
Do you want children?
I do.
How many?
2.
Have to work to pay significant bills?
I don't mind contributing to the household.
Do you want to?
Slap the shit out of you. What was the question?
Mine.
If I would pay significant bills.
That's not what I asked. I said, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills?
In a perfect world, no.
Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills? Don't give me the thank you. I get really upset with you ladies because when you ladies start using a lot of words, you're starting to bullshit. Just know that we know that. You've been you've been doing this for so long. What percentage of your overall financial do you want to have to be for a lifetime? Do you want your children to be able to go to college if they want to?
Yes.
Do you want to be able to pay for those children to attend college?
Yes.
Do you want to travel domestically and internationally with your family?
Yes.
To make, how much would a family need to make to have two children and to live that kind of lifestyle in Atlanta?
In Atlanta, maybe about 400,000.
What percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime?
I think I'd be okay with about 20%.
20%. 20%. The 20%. So
80,000. 2, 4, 6,
I
80,000.
say very little, maybe less than 5%.
She would have to work full time.
And what age are these men typically?
Late 30s, older.
What is late 30s?
Maybe about 38 and beyond.
Give me 10 years. Give me a 10-year time frame.
For the range of
$320,000 or more. Give me a 10-year window.
I'd say about 38 to 48.
55 to 55.
Oh, okay.
And you're with a man who's 28.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers don't work.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay? You're
Okay.
You're a tech person, right? You're supposed to be logical. The numbers don't work.
Mm-hmm. From a logical perspective, I think that's part of the reason why he wants to advance more in his career so he can make sure his family's more secure.
You keep talking about him. I'm talking about you.
Okay. I think for me, while in a perfect world, I don't want to have to contribute significantly. I'm okay with doing so. I think my career, if I continue on the path that I'm on, will continue to advance and I'll be,
Man,
comfortable
do you
in
want to
life.
be a career woman or a mother?
I think it's possible to be both.
Yeah, that's the fucking problem now, isn't it?
I work with women who do both. So
That's the problem right there. It's possible to do both. Okay. It's possible to do both. Okay. You work with both of them.
a little bit older, maybe early 30s, maybe
Right.
31 to 34-ish.
How long have they been married?
A lot of them maybe early, maybe 20, 28 married.
Not black.
Unfortunately, a lot of black women as of most-
And yeah. How many of these people are making $400,000 total?
I don't know what their husbands make if we're combining, but for them, maybe these women make about, these are older women more advanced in their careers, maybe about 150 a year.
Uh-huh. The numbers still don't work. They got married younger. Their husbands are, most non-black women marry their husbands out of college and they build.
Okay.
But I ask you what you want because you are good at the bullshit, but the reality is you want a lifestyle. But your career, how many hours a week are you going to be dedicating to this career? To advance.
I guess so, quite a bit.
I don't, that's what, ma'am, do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to somebody in tech. I need numbers. I don't need quite a bit because I'm going to ask you a follow-up question.
Okay. Well, if we are adding
in
in
tech,
the average
right?
out of work a week plus what it would take for, you know, outside advancement opportunities, maybe about 50 hours a week total.
50 to advance over a period of how many years?
I guess if I wanted to continue advancing, that would be never ending.
You keep
I wanted
talking
to
about
have-
your career. See,
Yeah.
so that's already 8 to 6. It's already 8 to 6. Who's going to raise your children?
Good question. I guess you would have to rely on help.
I thought you could do it all.
Woman, you can do both. Who's going to raise the kids?
We would rely on help from family.
No,
Grandparents.
no. Fuck that.
No.
You made the babies. They're yours.
And let me tell you, grandparents are not what they are on television. We never get a call from LJ's mother, father, or my father's. Never. We have the father and the stepfather, and never. They'll come hang out with the grandkids, and they're not calling us up saying, yo, you need help, come by, let me come get them. No. They don't even take them one at a time. So I'm only going to take one for like 5 hours. No.
Why should your family have to come do that? They got their own lives. So tell me how you can advance in your career and tell me how you can be Superwoman and have it all. I'm dying to hear this.
Honestly, I'm fine with staying where I am in my career, not advancing.
But you're the one that keeps saying you want my career. And do you want to? That's why I say women talk this career stuff. At the end of the day, you only want to contribute 20% to the household. That ain't no career. That's a job. If somebody wants to, I would love to have a man sit down and say, I want to have a career and contribute 20% to a household. Women would laugh him off the program. I don't care what you call it. 20% is all you want to be responsible for.
Okay. You know, Kevin has made this point many, many, many times, and I want to push back a little bit. So she wants to be able to bring in 20% of the bills, 20% of the household, whatever is necessary. Her lifestyle is $400. She's saying a man will have to make $400,000 a year. And so it's not the 400K she wants to be making 20% of. The 400K is just what the father brings in. Father brings in 4K. And whatever the bills are for the trips, whatever these things are, she was going to just provide the 20% of that. So maybe you add the groceries, cell phone, credit cards, gas cards. You add all these things up, and let's just think, $400,000. That's about $29,000. That's about $90,000, $94,000 in taxes. All right, 94, 95. That's $95,000 you're spending on just taxes alone of that 400K. And you get back like 15 to 22,000 of that. And then you're going to have the mortgage, you're going to have the taxes, you're going to have the cell phones, the car notes. and she wants to put in 20% of that, yo, she's gonna have to seriously get a job, because even that 20% is gonna be like, she's gonna have to bring in every year from what they're spending. I don't know. But she's going to have to work. She's going to have to work for this life. She wants to W. I mean, she wants to take a Vezda, and he's rocking the F-150. And it's, you know, each of their cars are 7 years, 9 years old. She's still going to have to get hustle. She's still going to have to work. She's going to have to work. Who's going to take care of the kids?
Okay. From a perspective, if I were to contribute 25% to my household without any efforts towards advancement, I could do that as of now. If I wanted my husband, if I wanted our total family household.
Talk to us like we're 4 years old. Just make it simple.
I thought you wanted
Just, not to mind people, just talk to us as a simple. Because, man, balance.
Mm-hmm.
You have a job, or you have a career now that you can do as a single woman.
Mm-hmm.
And you're how old again, 27?
Yes.
Do you go out like you used to go out in your early 20s?
No.
Because you're tired.
I guess so, yes.
Yes.
So,
And it only gets worse. The older you get, the more tired you get. Have you ever babysat an infant?
yes.
For a period of how long?
A few days.
Uh-huh.
Oh, snap.
Were you ready to get a kid back?
No, he was okay.
Yeah, for 2 days, it's always good. What about 30? It never stops, man. It never stops. So you ladies talk this career stuff, and you're already starting to get more tired than you were in your early 20s. Because you should you should already be having your kids. Because when you hit 30, you're gonna be more tired than you are at 27. The career only becomes more demanding the longer you've been in it. Something has to give. And at the end of the day, what we did here is you don't want to be a 50-50 partner, so you're going to have a man who's making enough to be able to provide for you and 2 kids to have an upper class lifestyle. Because you want to be able to pay for kids' college and travel internationally. That's upper class. That's $1 million worth of kids you want to have. And that ain't a 28-year-old man. This is why I'm saying we don't think logically about relationships. You pick guys you pick what you like. Now, you have a choice. What do other groups do? They decrease their standard of living. You don't see Marisol, Mylene, Becky, and Jamila trying to get with a 24-year-old, 25-year-old guy and hope he's a partner at a law firm. They accept him while he's in grad school or when he's in med school, and they live in an apartment on their budget.
I accept him while he's in grad school, and I'm fine with what.
But you're not his wife. It doesn't matter. He doesn't want, okay. He hasn't chosen to marry you. He doesn't want to marry you. If he wanted to marry you, what's the holdup? There's nothing holding you up. If you were, okay, here's a hardcore question. You ready? Hold on, this is gonna hurt. Hold on, this is gonna hurt.
Ooh.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
If you were not black, do you think you'd be married by now?
Ooh.
With this relationship you have, would y'all be married by now?
From a statistical standpoint, yes.
You're late. You don't do it. You're wrong. You got to. You said you were wrong. So I'm not. You said already. And all I'm saying is you weren't ready for what? This career only contribute 20% to? There's nothing to be delaying on. That's why I wanted to have people hear this conversation. She said that if he'd asked me to marry him a year ago, I wouldn't have been ready. Why? Because of my career. And that the outcome, the ultimate outcome, you only want to contribute 20%.
It wasn't just because of my career. I think also like my emotional maturity needed to kind of expand a bit.
Okay, well, whatever it was, okay, granted. But the problem is still the same. The older you go, the more you start to demand, but the more you start to want.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If I wake up tomorrow and I say, okay, I'm going to leave him, what should my game plan be?
No. We've already been 15. And I'm not going to answer all your questions. You got a job, book a session. What the hell you think this is? That's not what this is.
I love that about Kevin. He's like, you got the free version of me. Now you got to pay, book a session. And it's like 3 months booked up. This guy's like booked 3-4 months. And I think he went from $800 an hour to now I think he's at $1,100 an hour. You're gonna, or 75 minutes. You're gonna have to pay. I love that. Value for value.
I'm teaching my audience. I'm not fixing your shit.
Okay, I'm an example. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Well, because you're trying to direct me. Do you ask him these direct fucking questions?
Yes, I'm very direct.
What does he do? Nothing, because you still there. If I ask you, does he want to marry you? And if you ask him these direct questions, have you asked him, you want to marry me?
Yes.
And what did he say?
Yes.
That's
and then
not
what
what
was
you
the
said
follow-up?
earlier.
I asked, what was it going to take for us to get to a point of marriage?
And what did he say?
He said that he needed to finish his MBA. He wanted to advance his career, secure a different job after completing his MBA. That would be,
he ain't trying to wife you.
more of what he wants financially.
And then what did you say?
He's not trying to wife her. That's a fact.
I said, well, what's the number? I said, how much do you need to make for us to get married?
And what did he say?
$150,000.
And what did you say?
That's light.
I said, okay.
No. What the fuck difference does any of that make?
To him, it makes a difference.
No, but to him, because it's bullshit. And to you, you accept.
She's supposed to be like, Daddy, you ain't got to make 150 to marry me. I'll take you at 35. I make 60 right now, 70. Yeah, baby, but I would take you at 35. It's you, like, praising her man. She don't know anything about that. She's unaware of the power in him feeling like it's him that she wants. The money, she knows is going to come. So you want to marry me when you make 150, what is that, 5 years from now? What is that, 3 years from now, 2 years from now? When is this $150,000 going to work? When is that going to happen? And she said she was how old, 27? This is when LJ started having the children at 27. She started having children. We were together 7 years. This girl is with this dude. She wants him to marry her. But she started off saying that she don't even know what if he wants to get married. And Kevin had to tell him, you with somebody you don't know? And she said, oh, so now she's telling the supposedly the truth.
Did it? What the difference is it going to make? What difference? Does he live in his own place?
Yes.
Do you live in your own place?
Yes.
You save money just by fucking living together. makes no sense. The math doesn't work. So you can be as direct as you want to. I call bullshit. Why are you asking him anything about marriage? That was the initial trap. I'm waiting.
Sorry, I'm a lady.
What? Why are you asking a man about marriage? Why are you having to bring the subject to him?
Because he wasn't providing clarity.
He still ain't provided clarity.
I think his answer is clear, but like you said, it could
Okay, guys,
potentially be.
she won't listen. I want you guys to understand. Sign language right here. Shut up. Somebody needs to tell you to shut up, and I'm gonna tell you to shut up. Clarity. 3 years into a relationship. I'm sorry. What is it going to take for you to marry me? Ma'am, is there a problem if you have to ask that question?
I suppose so.
You see, that was direct. That was a yes or no question. And what did she do? I want you guys to go back in this interview. And every time I asked her a direct question that she didn't want to dig into, she deflected. Ma'am, if you had to ask about marriage, is that a problem?
Yes.
Did you get a definitive answer after all your questions and follow-up questions?
His definitive answer was yes, he wants to marry me.
Yes, after he makes $150,000 a year and graduates and has his MBA.
Mm-hmm.
Does he control any of that? Outside of graduation, does he control how much money he makes?
No.
Then what if he never makes $150,000? What if he makes $147,500?
Exactly.
Guess I'll be looking like Boo Boo the Fool then.
Well, yeah, match what you've been doing.
Boo Boo the Fool. So she's
You're
going
smart
to
for
do
your
it.
own good. You're not direct enough. But see, I'm telling you, as direct as you've been with me, trying to get what you want, and why don't you do that shit with him? It's because you've already decided you want to marry him more than he wants to marry you. That's fine. But this is not okay. And anybody, go look in the chat room afterwards. I'm not looking, but I'm just saying, man.
I'm not looking. No, I'm looking. I'm not looking, though.
3 years. 3 years. You know that's too long. And I just went ring shopping at Thanksgiving or Christmas. That's too long.
When's your birthday? Did your birthday already
So
pass after
if
the
it
ring
doesn't
shopping?
work, you can't blame him. Do you know why I say that?
Why?
Because you sat there in it. You didn't require anymore.
Yeah, right.
Let's go all the way back to the beginning. When you started dating this guy, did you start dating him with the express intention of getting married?
No.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
Not dating on purpose. So now you're just comfortable. And now it's like, well, we've been dating for a long, let's take it to the next level. Most relationships end. And it sounds to me like you're in a situation that should have ended a long time ago. It's run its course. You guys can force this, but what I'm hearing is if you haven't asked
run
him
its course.
about this and that, and he's still, well, I need to get my MBA and graduate and have a house and $150,000 and then go to the moon and climb Mount Kilimanjaro and wrestle a lion and catch a shark, and then I'll be ready. All right. Yeah. So don't be upset. The question is always going to be the same, man. It's always going to be the same thing. It making the wrong decisions is one thing, but you can choose to, it's like you're not ready, he wasn't ready. But you can choose to just say, you know what, are we really going there with this?
Mm.
That doesn't mean you guys got to end on bad terms. I mean, sounds to me like you didn't necessarily know either. You're an attractive woman.
She sounds attractive. That's a fact.
You're welcome, but you I hate to see when situations like this sour people when they end up not working out because and then you go back to the marketplace and are you going to be as willing to be as malleable with a guy who may be more serious? Women tend, what I've been seeing, this, I'm not saying this is you, what I've seen is modern women don't recover very well from heartbreak. Women back in the day were tougher. Today, women get their heart broken one time, it's generally enough to sour you guys for the rest. Maybe twice. So I would just say revisit this conversation. I don't even say that. I mean, I just think it's off. You shouldn't be bringing it up. And let me move you to the side. Ladies, when a man wants to get men decide we want to go get married and look for a wife. The only reason that what men typically don't do is say, "Oh, I've been with you long enough. I guess I better go ahead and marry you." That's not what you want.
Damn.
And see, guys who do this kind of things tend to get all that stuff together, and then when they're ready to go, they get that kind of woman.
Yes.
This is why I say date on purpose. And you know, just like I know, if I were to ask you this question, don't answer it. But if I were to ask you this question, knowing today what you know now, will you start dating him again? And the answer would probably be no.
I'll push back on that.
And my point is to you women between 18 and 29,
This is the
those are
man
your
of her
most,
dreams. She loved this
25, those are
man.
your most prime years. You can't waste those. Not 12 months, certainly not 24, 36. And if you do waste it, if you do find yourself in something you wasted, you got to cut it off. And not deal with this sunken cost thing. So, well, I hope it works out for you, man. I mean, you're in Atlanta. How old are you?
27.
You want me to put your picture up on here?
Oh,
No, thank you.
Why?
I know she
You might
fine
be able
now.
to find somebody out in the chat room.
It's a piece of work.
That's okay.
I know she
I'll,
fine.
go the old-fashioned
She's
way.
really, really attractive.
The old fashioned. How tall are you?
5'7".
I'm 5'8".
Dress size?
6.
A size 6.
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
150.
150.
Say the old fashioned way. What's the old fashioned way?
Meeting people in person at events.
Don't meet
you
somebody.
know.
Well, how's that working out for you right now? Don't give me that bullshit. I mean,
Well, I'm not trying to
there have been multiple couples in my mixed group that met in several marriages, and they didn't meet in person. They met online.
Men approach me in person.
Of course. They
Okay, but you tell me you got a boyfriend.
Yes.
But that's all you got.
She loved this man.
Well, I suppose if I left him tomorrow, they still approach me.
All right, see. When you try to offer somebody some help, you do too much. You too damn smart for your own good.
Kevin.
So you mean to tell me that as a logical person, you don't make room for the possibility that the guy that may be a fit for you may not be in Atlanta?
They could be in a different state. You're right.
Right. And how else are they going to find you? You're okay. Well, see, and what I'm showing is women today want relationships on their terms. This is lazy dating. It's lazy.
I've tried online dating and just had poor experiences.
She too fine for
All
online
right.
dating.
And in my experience, the type of men that I like are typically not doing online dating. Like my current boyfriend, I would have never found him on any type of dating site.
You mean the guy that don't want to marry you?
Fair.
Maybe you need to do what the French toast I say and stop doing what the hell don't work.
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, are you listening to the same conversation?
Yes.
I'm listening.
In your experience, has your experience got you the outcomes you wanted?
No.
She never knows. She didn't know how to do it. She waited for him. Yo.
Hello?
He's banging on the mic, telling her to wake up. Nah, this is the man of her dreams. The problem is she don't know how to say that. She don't know how to say, this is the man of my dreams. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes for him to be comfortable to get on his knee and let me know that he wants me to be his wife. Because I already told him I want to be your wife. Which is kind of crazy, because if she's already told him, I want to be your wife, and he's like, well, I need to make 150. She says, yeah, okay. But what we don't probably know is that she's like, yeah, I like in a threatening way, where he loves her. She's so fine. She probably, down for whatever. And she just don't know how to tell him, other than, of course, sex, which he can get, but she don't know how to make him her everything like that. She believes in that concept of I gotta get a job or career, and then I can just do everything. Like, no. But she needs to know how to say these things. She needs to let the man know that she don't even want to know what's out there. She's telling Kevin Samuels, the top guy, on a live show with probably 15,000 to 20,000 people are going to watch this live. It's live right now. And we're going to have, no. She loves this man that just doesn't know how to say it. And Kevin is like, no, you need to be dating. You need to let this person know that you have options. Nah, she ain't trying to do that. She loves this man. And women just do not know how to tell their man, I love you like that anymore. They don't know how to do it. There's probably not even songs that you can dedicate to a man anymore. It's like music is so trash.
No, it has not.
Well, but I want you guys to understand that the need to be right is so strong with our women. Well, in my experience, you mean the shit that don't work? Well, now that you mentioned it, it don't work. Okay. Well, I want to meet me the old-fashioned way. Okay, well, all right, man. We'll let it rock out. I tried to help her out.
Oh, he wants to put up a picture so
folks in here
bad.
trying to troll. You're gonna have to do better than that. Are you a member in my Patreon?
I listened to your.
Answer the question.
Member, yes or no?
Answer the question. No. I gotta get a speech.
God damn, just answer a direct question.
Jesus.
Ladies, pay attention. You want to go farther with men? When a man asks you a direct question, give a direct answer. We like that. All right, I tried to help you out. She didn't want me to put it on camera, so you want to give me your IG? So she don't want y'all to hit her up on IG either.
I don't post on Instagram.
I don't post on
LinkedIn?
Instagram.
No, that seems a little, I don't know, like maybe not that personal. Some men are weird out here, so I'm a little. Atlanta has some interesting characters. I want to protect my.
I'm sorry. See, what I'm showing, guys.
She sounds like a sexier version of.
Is what do I always say? Decisions made in fear, scarcity, and lack. Do you have any abundance, any optimism?
I can't remember.
This is a woman who has one-itis. She is fixated on this man.
Yes.
And I don't doubt that you're going to have a conversation. And you're typically women like you strong-arm men into marrying them.
That's what I said. And she
Because you got your
smirking. You
mind
heard
made up,
her?
and this is the way it has to go. It's 1 + 1 = 1 + 1 + 1 = 3. Not 2 + 1, not 4 - 1. It's 1 + 1 + 1 = 3.
Yeah.
That's the only fucking way.
150.
And women like you,
You getting married
that
that day,
strong arm
son.
guys, and you'll get what you want, and it won't work. It only has to work one way. Now, how many
She's
times have I given
aggressive.
options,
Yes.
possibilities? At the end of the day, you're not getting what you want, but you close down things. And here's the thing: you get what you get. Minute Atlanta this, minute Atlanta. You don't know shit. You just know that what you've done ain't work.
Facts.
You ever been in a car accident?
Yes.
Have you ever been driving and was in a car accident?
Yes.
Oh shit! Well, cars is unreliable. Cars get in an accident. When was the last time you drove a car?
Today.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
Thank you. So they don't use the same logic nowhere else. They don't use the same logic nowhere else.
Yeah,
It's
but he's
always-
missing the point. He's missing the point. She's so into him. She
Hear me
loves
and hear
this
me
man.
well, women.
She don't want to
If
love
you are a
nobody but him,
lazy
but don't know
dater-
how to tell him.
If you're a cautious dater,
Lazy dater.
if you're a timid dater, prepare to die alone.
Damn.
It ain't enough to be cute. It ain't enough to have a nice figure, a pretty smile, great wop. It won't work in 2022. It's not 1930. You can't keep pulling this bullshit.
Those days are over. You don't
You're
have
going
to
to get
sell your body
hustled.
to the night.
Simple as that. You're going to get out hustled.
There's a younger one coming up hard.
And then when it does happen, you'll be like, well, why didn't it happen for me? Well, because you wanted it, you wanted what you wanted, how you wanted it.
She wants him to figure
based upon
everything
how
out.
you've had it.
He has to
That's
figure
lazy.
everything out. See, I think he's missing that. I get the point that Kevin is making, but she's really wanting him to figure it out. LJ did the same thing to me. She wanted me to figure everything out. A lot of times I had to tell her, baby, I can't figure things out like that. You gotta help me out here. Let me know what your point of view is. That's why we communicate so much better in the last 10 years than we did, the 7 years before that. Because, like, she really wants him to figure out, even though she did tell him that she wants to be married, and he said 150, and she said, yeah. And she believes that he's not going to dump her, that he's going to marry her. But he's going to have his own place, making 150 day in Atlanta. He probably might like to have his own place so he can exhaust options.
Oh, hey, if you're gonna try to troll, go ahead and do what you're gonna do. No one can see you, no one can hear you. So let's go ahead and do what you're gonna do so we can go ahead and get you up out of here. It's funny. People think they're gonna just troll me. So let's make money off the troll. Where your mama at? You tell her I'm coming by after I finish work. Tell your mama I'm coming by after I finish work. I like my bologna. Last time she fucked up my bologna.
Yeah, Kevin is big on, like, he's an amazing troll. He can go in sometimes for 10 minutes of this show. He'll just go in on a troll and just, like, start pressing buttons. And you start to think, like, as brilliant as this man is, why is he acting so childish? But it's YouTube, and he's true to YouTube. He's true to the core of YouTube. Those trolls, he's letting you know, I could teach you how to troll. So, thank you so much for stopping by this channel. You are an amazing group of people. T Rilla, what's up? Red Face 707. Smoking on the Elvis, yes you were. Yeah, I did it, first time on camera today. I was like, okay, I'll be okay. So, still looking for pussy. Oh, why would you troll me like that? Look out here looking for pussy. You are appreciated. You know that you are. I appreciate you. And I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to say goodbye. My glasses are dirty. I love you. We had a good night. Also, if you made it this far in the video, you're amazing. But what I was going to say was, what do you think about this style of reaction videos? Like basically I'm co-hosting the show with him. Wait, maybe I'm getting a little too cocky. I am critiquing the show as I'm listening. What do you think of that concept? T. Rilla says peace. He's leaving, or peace, yes, it's a good idea. I don't know. Because I kind of like it would be long shows. We're talking about he's doing a 2-hour show. I'm pressing the pause button along the way. That's a 3-hour live. Let me know what you think about that. Just something I'm kind of like, real-time reactions. That could be the name of the channel. Real-time reactions. Do it with the lead attorney. The lead attorney, he'll tell one story. It takes like an hour and a half to tell a story with this guy. You could be doing your own content, and then I won't be showing their faces. I won't be, and it'll be a true fair use, 100% fair use, because I'm critiquing it. And the cooking tutorials. I was thinking about that a lot too. It was cool. Thank you. Who is that? Is this someone new? Naked Matrix? Naked Matrix. That's fire. I love that. Oh, that's good. The Naked Matrix. That's really good. Oh, man. I love you.